Street Coaching, and it's my distinct honor to have on the show today Dr. Cheryl Calder. And Cheryl is one of the leading researchers and trainers in visual performance in the world. We're going to let her introduce herself a little bit more. But Cheryl, welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very far from where you are.
Yes.
So for me, it's already 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes.
So yes, so all good, thank you.
And where in the world are you?
I'm in Cape Town, South Africa.
Okay, just give us a brief introduction to you. We'll go into a little bit more of a deeper dive about your origin story, but just tell us a little bit about where you are with your research and what's your background. How did you get started in this field?
It's quite a long story, but let me try and do it as brief as I can. So just growing up in South Africa, I was, as a kid, I was always challenged by how do you see that? How do you do that? And why do you do it like that? Even before I went to school, it was just kind of in me to find all these things out, and I was from the age. And then I'm sure, as you know, South Africa was isolated for a really long period. And when I started my field hockey career as an international player, a part of it was in isolation. And so what I did, I actually went over to Europe to measure myself against other players in the world. Wherever I played, whoever I played against, whoever I played with, always asked me the same question. How do you see that? How do you do that? Why do you do it like that? I just presumed everyone saw what I saw. Mm-hmm. And even though I came out of isolation and not competing against any other people in the world, I could compete with them. It kept going, and then we got back into international. I played test hockey for South Africa. It got to a point where, people just continued to say, well, how do you do that? And then I thought, well, let me think about it, and then I realized I do see different. Kind of backtracked, stopped playing hockey, decided to do my research under Professor Tim Noakes at the University of Cape Town. I told him what I thought, and he said, I'm not sure what you're doing, but I will teach you to research if you teach me about the science, what you have experienced. And I knew that I needed to do my research to prove that things work. I knew it worked for me, and kind of just, that's kind of where it started. That was the instigation of all of this. And I've been doing this job for 30 years now. So even though it's probably longer because I did it as a kid, I've been exploring since I was a kid.
Very interesting. And, what a unique thing. I mean, and it runs counter to the conventional wisdom of what a lot of people run through, is that you have to have time on task, that you have to be in that sport, and you have to face, certain levels of competition at certain ages, or you'll be lost forever, right? But turns out not to be true for you, and then I think we're finding out for many others as well.